still visible, if that makes sense. And I think, you know, from their perspective, I don't understand it, because it was a big shock to them, and they wanted to give Wisconsin a chance, opening up their options. So, you know, the ones that we lost, we did lose a few, all stayed closer to home, so every single one of them. And so that was the end result. It was a struggle. So it was a fight. We won a few, we were able to keep a few, and so I'm happy about that. Titus Booker is one that comes to mind right away. I'm awfully excited about him here. You know, we did lose a few others. Now, so when a kid is committed, no coaching change, everything else, all of those schools that we were dealing with, and they're all fine high schools, their procedure is, once you're committed, you're done visiting.
A little bit, especially those last 2
once
weeks.
the coaching change happened, obviously they opened up visits, so they're dealing with that and trying to battle that and everything else. So, it was a good fight. I'm glad it's over with.
You can brief her about what 5 seconds.
I got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul said, obviously, you guys are just wrapping up recruiting, but I'm sure at some point you're going to start talking about personnel in the spring and that. And Paul said he's going to talk to Tanner. Are you going to put your 2 cents in there?
Oh, I have already. Yeah. And so we'll see. I'd love to have Tanner at safety. I think
All right.
he brings an instinct back there and a football savviness, I think, that we can use, and you know, he's improved as a tackler. He's improved in the blitz game and everything else, but just his understanding of where quarterbacks want to go with the ball, understanding the weaknesses of coverages and everything else. A lot of that has to do with what he has been taught on the offensive side. So many of those things come to aid on our side. So we'll see where that goes.
He's made no secret of his love of the quarterback position, but has it hindered him at all in his progress when you've been able to work with him on defense?
No, he's a natural football player. I think there's some guys where football is a struggle, and there's some guys where football is easy, and football comes easy to take.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
In terms of players, the commits that are on there now, with the linebackers, where are you seeing Alec Engel? Like when I talked to him last week, he mentioned going from, I heard outside linebacker, now going to like the rover position. He mentioned is that for sure, or are you still going to kind of move him in and out?
Yeah, I see him as an inside guy specifically. Yeah, there's, you know, there are some issues right now with our depth at inside linebacker, with the 4 seniors that are leaving. And so right from the very start, the kids that we're going to bring in at the inside linebacker spot was for sooner rather than later in terms of playing time. And that was, I guess that was a pitch, I guess. I would probably say it's the truth, you know. And so Alex coming in to compete at that linebacker spot right now, if things were to end today or were to play today, he would at worst be at number 2. So that's kind of where things are at. You know, Ty DeForest is walking on. I'm expecting good things from him. He's here right now. He's put on some weight. He's running well. We'll see where he goes. Nick Thomas is here right now. He came over from IMG. He looks good. You know, he's going to have a great opportunity here, being here for spring, along with Ty. But then you look at like Chris Orr, and Chris Orr gets football. You know, it's in his blood. He's got some brothers that are playing TCU and playing in the National Football League. He's very instinctive, very fast. So I'm excited about what he brings as well. So there's an opportunity to get some of those guys on the field. We're going to need to.
Thomas and Orr, inside, outside, you know.
Inside, yeah, they'll all be inside linebackers. Yeah.
So basically, you're going to be force feeding them.
Yeah, it'll be a good challenge for me. I'm looking forward to it.
If inside linebacker was need 1, clearly what was number 2, and in terms of, and how do you feel you filled those needs?
Craig Howe, Olive, will give us some depth at the D-line. I think we needed that. You know, we've got some kids that have played that position that are in the rotation now, but a year or two from now, we'll be need some guys to step up. I feel that Craig and Olive can be molded into that type of guy, and so that was something. Outside linebackers, I think, I'm really excited about Coach Tibesar being on staff with us and being really, to be honest, not only a coach, but someone that can recruit for the outside backer spot. I feel like in the past that role has kind of landed on me, and I don't think I've done as good enough job as I could have in terms of recruiting outside linebackers. When you look at Joe Shorbert and Vince Beagle, and you look at Ethan Armstrong and Brendan Kelly, what they were asked to do, it's a lot more so than any other position. So to have a coach that just coaches those two, and then whenever you're a coach, you're going to be, we're asking you to recruit for the entire team, but it's human nature to say, well, I'm going to make sure we get someone good for my position. And so it's good to have a coach that's coaching those guys that can go out and find some. And I think he was able to assist with some of the outside backers we brought in. I think we went for length and speed there. There's some size that has to come with time, but I'm confident that'll happen. And at the DB spot, we wanted some length and speed. I think so many of the qualities that you look for on defense, tough-nosed, we're going to develop him, gets football, all those things. All those apply to so many areas. It's difficult to apply those things to man coverage, And so to play man coverage, you need length and speed. I think we're able to get that in Titus Booker and Serge Trezzy, and so we'll try to develop those as best we can.
Do you plan to start